Okie dokie. Good morning. So I have been really kind of struggling lately after having some success, as you could see from the streams, with having some profitable days with the prop firms. I'm finding it really challenging, of course. So since since kind of working on this micro strategy, scalp strategy, I probably have done maybe seven or so eval attempts now. Two of them I think I passed pretty quickly, and then I've got close to passing other ones, very close, up to like 200 bucks away from passing. But what I'm finding is my strategy, on a good day it's good, on a bad day it's real bad. So with the micro scalping strategy, I would look to get 1 or 2 points, and on a good day I could get over 20 points pretty consistently. But then at some point I would get to a point where I would get on the other end of a trade, and I would hit my daily loss limit of 1,000. So I've done that enough that I think I want to try to attempt to do more of a macro approach using my micro experience that I've gotten so far. So I'm going to see if I could take a more normal 4-to-1 risk reward type setup, and I'm going to use my skills that I have been working on as a kind of entry model to that. Now this paper account, I tried to reset it because I was screwing around last night, and I was in like 1,000 contracts or something, and I just left it and let it be. So I wasn't paying attention to it. So this is not an accurate representation of where I'm at with my paper account. But I've tried to reset it to 250 to kind of simulate what it might be to self-fund with a very small amount. And then I'm just going to trade one contract, 5 micro ES contract. Okay. So with what I have been learning, this is an alert. I'm going to put my alert down there. So what I've been learning, market flow, as we see, we're at the top end of all-time highs here. Ideally, we would want to see price come down to this fair value gap, this PD array, and then watch it bounce off of. But we are very close to all-time highs, and as we work down, this could be another alert if it comes down here. So ideally, I'm kind of looking for this at this key pivotal point, and want to make my way at least to one of these key levels before considering taking a trade. So I'm just going to work my way down on the time frame. Turn this off for a second. I'm still going to use my confluences I've been working on. So remember here. And I have not used indicator warnings yet, so I think this will be a good practice too to implement some of these alerts. So I'm just going to continue working down to see where my on the lower time frames, where these key levels are that I'll be looking to take a trade. We just came from this level here. So this, in most cases, is going to be our disrespect, because we're just making all-time highs one day after another, pretty much. So if we do have some sort of pullback, it'll be like on a 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. You see prices already starting to move down here. And I'm just gonna go down the list here, 30-minute. Sometimes they overlap, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's interesting on lower time frames, the PD array is quite a bit lower. Now, the other thing is, we have our 1 hour reversal. See where that is looking like. Okay, so we had this 1 hour reversal here. We're going to have more volume here, but it got wicked up, so maybe this is going to turn into a bullish day after all. But let's keep working down here. Okay, so we just basically, on the 15-minute, took off from this. We've kind of tested this level here, and then now we're working our way up. We've created a market structure shift here. Okay. And on the 1 minute, I don't think I will even mark that out because it's too low a time frame. Okay, we're building some support here with PD arrays. So all of our time frames basically look like they're going up. However, we had some bearish push on the 1 hour. This, and what I mean by is, we had an up candle, but with more volume, we went the opposite direction. So we went up, and then we've really pushed down quite a bit. Now, well, I'm trying to think. Obviously, we got all these key levels, which could be targets, but also levels to take trades, long trades off of. So right now, on the lower time frame, we're kind of in a long, in this strategy, I have this strategy of 2 fair value gaps will take a trade off of it, like make it, say, a long trade. So this strategy, and it's pretty profitable most of the time. So this could be a long strategy. We're kind of getting down there. We've just inverted. We got 5 minutes until market opens. So if I'm taking a long, which we are at key levels down here, we would want to see it reverse again off of these key levels. And then we would want to see something like a 4-to-1 to take out some high of some sort. That's only 6 points. That's 15 points. Okay, we hit an alert here. On this level, we're in a downtrend. What is it, a 5 minute? And this would be my take profit. I could extend it out if I'm doing a 4-to-1. Actually, 4-to-1. Could be around here. So this we could look as an entry here because we are in a bit of an uptrend. We had a pullback leg, and all the prices seem to go up, but we are making a move down. So I kind of want to see, everything seems to be going up. This seems to be a key zone that we might look for entry. But a market structure shift to the downside. We're below the opening range. Looks like we had some sort of intermediate low or something. So I'm looking to do, if I take this trade here, 3.75 points. So that'd be 15. If I wanted to keep it at 50, then that would be 13 contracts. And if I had 13 contracts, 13 times 50 times 15.5 would be 10,000. So I had 13 contracts times 5, 65, times 15 would be 975. So I'm gonna, now that we see basically a very big bearish push here. We're reacting off a fair value gap. I'd say we want to see this be a low potentially, this be our low. We do have like a tweezer bottom. We have these two fair value gaps. We want to see one or two fair value gaps being made to the upside if we're going long, and then if we're going short, we want to be maybe down to this level. If we're going down, we've already made a fair value gap, so we might see a re-entry here, take profit or a stop loss there, target here 12 points. That's a 3.3. I think we could overshoot it potentially. That would be a 4-to-1. So roughly 13 contracts as well. So 13, so 4 times 65 would be 260. That'd be a 260 stop loss. Okay, so we're having aggressive buy up now. We are, okay, opening. I want to look at my 1 hour, see where we're at with that, because this is a key indicator for me. We are shooting up for the most part. This may turn bullish. I'm going to, I think it will turn bullish, looks like, unless it keeps going down. We've got the volume, it's in a down candle right now. We're going to create a fair value gap to the upside if it doesn't wick it out. So right now I'm still got a bearish bias at this point. We've got a fair value gap down there. We got a fair value gap. We are going up. Let's see what our 5 minutes saying. Okay. This is kind of new to what I would be doing, so okay. So here is, well, this is, we kind of have freezing up, okay. A little bit of extra push. This is definitely a different feeling than what I had been doing. We got the fair value gap here. We don't have that far to go to make new highs here. So if we tested off of this fair value gap, we would have to have, I don't think the risk reward is very good. 2 to 1 almost. We've just made a second fair value gap. Now we have switched over to the upside temporarily. I would say maybe as a long position. Again, the R&R is not very good. So this may be a sit out kind of situation. However, my old me would just say, look at everything. We got long momentum going right now. Take a point. You know. We are going to look for the break and retest on the lower time frame. So right now it's got us in a long, based on this just fair value gap strategy. We are close to this key level, which is the midline of the 15-minute opening range candle. And we're getting a big push of volume to that midline almost. We want more volume in the opposite direction than the previous candle. See, I would have basically on the 1 minute I've been doing the micro, just trying to get in here, get out here. Just 1 point. Okay, my 1 hour's back down to the downside. We're creating a fair value gap. We're rejecting off the midline. This might be a good trade down to our key levels down there. We are rejecting well. We're going to make a fair value gap. We'll look at entering our trade here. I'm going to get in a trade here. Let's see. I should have waited for that to close. So my take profit's going to be down here. My stop loss is going to be the other side of this midline. Key level 4 contracts. This is number 4. Okay. What would that be? So that would be a risk of 170. Really? Yeah, that is the break and retest. Not a bad entry necessarily. I'm looking for we inverted that. I'm going to look for the test of the midline again. 1 hour's back to bullish. think I would need to see a fair value gap to the downside again before taking this short. Okay, we got a bullish push up into that midline. We'll see if it breaks. Fair value gap to the upside. We've already tapped our levels to the upside. We're see if this closes above. Okay, we have another big push. This candle is going to be strong. Pushing up. I'd say that's an entry model. We're going to buy. Could have waited for a pullback, should have waited for a pullback, but I think this is one of those things we just let it run. If we get stopped out, it'd be underneath this low here at 7477, which is a key level. If it gets down to there, that would be also a sell again. Now, where would we go for our take profit? So we're in at 7497. We're basically at all-time highs. So for stop loss is 7477. Then our take profit, obviously that's not a good entry. We could say 21 point target. That would be a 1-to-1 risk reward. See, that's not a very good setup on a higher time frame. You really need to see price come down before you can see it go up more. However, we're making fair value gaps. So we don't know how high it wants to go, but we have two fair value gaps here. I'd say my stop loss could just come down to this low here, 7486. Put it at 7485. Now if I did a long setup at 748, or stop loss 7485, that would take me to a 2-to-1. To get to a 3-to-1, it would have to go up to 7537. 75. So that's like a 4-to-1, or a 3-to-1 rather. We are making fair value gaps. We made a two fair value gaps on the 5-minute. We're going to just let it run, see what it wants to do today. Typically would be taking little micro trades off of everything. Probably would already be up at this point, because as soon as the 1 hour kicked over, 92. Yeah, I would probably already been up. I don't know if it would have been more than 75 trading one contract, but so we got our Is this a good trade? I don't know. Like, this is kind of a new style to me. And one thing I have been noticing is this hour, if I get one of these hour bear or bullish or bearish candles as my most recent, if there's 1 minute left here, it may nosedive here and then create a bearish candle, and that might be the way it wants to go for the rest of the day. But whatever the most recent one is kind of like the way I want to be trading. We've equal topped here. I still want to pay attention to the micro like I've been doing, but on a macro trade, on a higher time frame trade. So I did hit a indicator. It did signal like the upward part of a trade. Three down candles now. We got triple tops there. We did get whipped back up. The other reason why I think I want to develop more of a macro trading strategy is because it's quite stressful otherwise. Like in getting in trades and always being razor close to like taking profit or taking a loss. And I feel like if I just kind of have more of a set and forget kind of model, then it's going to be a little less stressful. So I'm kind of curious how this day will trade, this day will work out. So far so good. We haven't gotten far enough to really see to move my stop loss or anything. I did a set and forget kind of trade in the middle of the night last night, or two nights ago, and I got $1,600 while I was sleeping. So I think ultimately everybody wants to move towards a kind of higher time frame, maybe even a multi-day trading strategy. So I was in at 47497. We've made a new high. We've got a market structure shift. We are at all-time highs. I'm in 5 contracts. So 12 points. 5 times 5 times 12. This is a $300 loss here. So if I had a $250 account, then it would be a one-time use. And actually, if I had 250, so 250. So I would need to have a 10 points. It would have to be 7487. which is the bottom of that zone there. I tell you what, it is less stressful doing it this way. I'm waiting to see if it'll go against me. Maybe it will get more stressful. But all my signals look up. That's a good sign. My time frame, my 1 hour is looking good. Wicked up. I'm looking at everything I'm seeing so far for a buy. Or making a move down. We've now broke out of this opening range, and we could be coming down to test the midline here. This is kind of a long entry here. We made a bearish fair value gap. If we invert that right away, that'll be a good signal. Okay. Nice. We are kind of, I guess, technically rejecting off of even the range here, and well with the midline here, so it is a bit of a retest, and so far it's looking pretty good. You know, a lot of days we'll see 30-point moves, so I think this 36 might be doable. I've got to see what my actual, see if I could take partial profits at some places. That is an all-time high, so this one we've already taken profit off here, and we kind of rejected and pushed back off of it. Now we're tweezer topping down for temporary. Presidents in China, and so you never know what kind of good news. I think it might be good news, if anything, that comes out. I guess my fear is, you know, losing $250, boom, is dicey. But if I could make 900 today if it hits my full take profit. So that would be a solid win. So it kind of feels like I'm trying to figure out if I self-fund, I don't think I could do it on this kind of strategy. You might have a few misses before, so you might as well put $1,000 in there. Whereas my micro scalping strategy, it was I was able to generate something out of nothing quite a bit. All right, we're retesting this midline now. We have a down candle. It did wick back up, but we had a big push down. Let's see if it gets stuffed. We did wick up. We are under the EMA. We made a lower high. Okay, that's a good sign. We're back into profit. I don't even know if there's a key level that I could really look at to see if I would want to take out profit early. I guess I'll load up there. At some point I consider, if it goes up high enough, I could consider moving my stop loss to a risk-free trade, or even below this whipped down low there. We did make a lower low, so it could come down more. We make a lower low, lower highs. Got two bearish candles here. You might want to move down for a bit. We got 3 bearish candles in a row on the 1 minute. We have wicked down into this mid-range line, and it did reject it. It is, it did have more bearish momentum than it did having bullish momentum. But we did also previously test this midline, and it went back up with more momentum. So at this level, there might be a little bit more buyers than there are sellers. I'm going to continue to look for setups throughout the day. See, this is where I feel like my other strategy, I would have probably been in profit. I might even be taking this trade down right now. And it's going straight for the stop loss. Okay. I'm going to keep my strategy. I'm not going to change my stop loss. If this takes out my stop loss, then I'm going to be looking for buys from here at that point, which we did reject off that level before. We made a new high. Looks like it's going to take my stop loss. See, I don't know, guys. I don't know. My strategy was working to some degree. Okay, we wicked in, but we haven't closed below. We had a lot of bullish momentum pushing us up. We have a bearish fair value gap. Let's see if we could take that out. We've taken that out, inverted that. That's a good sign. We're kind of rejecting off of this midline. Like to see this close well above it. Make another fair value gap going up. Okay, that's good. That's good. All looking pretty good so far. 25 seconds left. Hopefully this closes strong. We're back above the EMA. We have all of our signals are bullish again. We have whipped down quite a bit on this 1 hour candle, but we've also whipped up a little bit of indecision at this point. We've made a fair value gap so far to the upside. Hopefully it respects that and continues to go up. 40 seconds left on this candle. 30-degree freezing. Still got the fair value gap. We are still, that would have gotten us out of a long on this setup with a loss, a small loss. Would have been maybe 1 point loss. Now we want to see another setup to get back in along. We want to see that happen. So we want our longs, okay, it's got us in along because we got this fair value gap and we're going the same direction. We only need a 1 to get us back in. So technically this is playing out. Now if we see some good momentum up, then, and we don't see much of a strong pullback, then this strategy will just keep us in a trade until we see a fair value gap, a bearish fair value gap on the 1 minute. Now we're inverting that. Wicking back up. 22 seconds left. Tapped into that, respected it. It's going back up. It is a bullish candle. Going back down, inverting again. Wicking back up. Doesn't know what it wants to do. 4 seconds left. 3, 2. We're going to invert it, looks like. Yep. So now we made a bearish fair value gap. Now we're heading down again. Let's see if it wants to take out this low, and it is not so far. It respected that low. Looks like we might go down for a while now because we totally disrespected, hit our stop loss. We lost our money there. So I'm going to go back to my strategy and see if it works better. I'm going to do 5 contracts, but I'm going to allow for the double down. Took profit there. Here's the top. Okay. I lost 250. I lost only 250 though. That's the thing. I lost like that. 250. Now my 1 hour is bearish again. This is got less momentum going up. I'm going to take it down again. We did not get to one of those key levels down below there. And my 1 hour, will it switch on me? So he's had the bearish reversal. This might make a bullish reversal if it keeps going up. We got a full hour left on this candle to see what that wants to do. But our last one was a bearish candle. So I'm thinking the price is going to go down for the most part. I want to take it off of key levels. This is a fair value gap. It's starting to invert, or inverted fair value gap that it did invert. We inverted that fair value gap. Created a fair value gap to the upside. My trading view keeps freezing for some reason. So it wasn't a great setup, to be fair. My long was not a great setup. I should have probably just not taken a trade. I think that's the thing is, when you're starting out, how do you know if it's not a good trade? You want to take a trade to see if it's a good trade or not. And you want to learn from it. And if you're not taking trades for days on end because everything looks bad, then are you really learning? So I feel like you do got to take some losses. maybe on this, I'll take a sell if it shapes up that way. So we got wicked up there. Now this candle might want to go up. There are 2 down candles in a row, but they got wicked up. We're at the top of this range. I think it went down to the midline almost. So my little range is on this range. I think somewhere in the middle there where it could be to take profit. I think it's likely that it could go down. Now my double down technique would take the profit line closer, but I need to refine that technique to make it a little more efficient. I need to see it coming down first, I think. Minutes left on this. We got a lot less volume. So I'm down $100 at the moment. But part of this strategy is not giving up. That's part of the reason why I would get stopped out on those big loss days. Well, it's a bit of an experiment today. I'm making another leg up. Should be a loss. Actually, if I was doing a 250 account, I would be trading with 1 contract, not 5. That's the other thing. So here, let's try double down. Takes us here. Then we only need to come down to here. I've kind of lost my way, to be honest with you. I was so on fire for like a month, and I would build up my accounts very high, 25,000 on 2 different accounts with the 50K leverage, but I was just trying to refine my strategy and irrelevant to the sizing. So this is considered a long strategy right now. I would have been in a long at the top of this. So what would have been my lesson on that? This was not a low. That was like an intermediate low. This should have been my low if it is going higher. And that just wasn't a good entry, because the risk reward is not very good. If I was going for 20 or 30 points, it's like a less than a 1-to-1. So I should have started off of this level. Actually, it came down very close, but at that time I was looking at sells. My 1 hour, what was it on my 1 hour? Okay, double down. Looks like I got it. Oops, I'm in 10. I didn't mean that. So that's the other thing. I've been making mistakes when I've been trading. Like that. We're in sells, actually. Should be in a sell order. But I saw this being pushed up here, which made me think it's going to get pushed up again. We got a lot of resistance here. We got worked right back up here. So this is an uptrend there. We're back on the midline, break and retest again off the midline potentially. Almost wants to take it. Yeah. There's that gap there.
Order fill. Order fill.
Okay, so this could be we just see this is a lower low here. Taking sells, I'm taking sells now. Not even to the low, I'll take it to the body. Now this, I would need to see a this has kind of been my strategy, but is it working or not? Because I still have these big loss days. I mean, my trades are more reasonable to get, higher probability that the take profit will be hit because it's right near my order entry line here. I think at least to start with it might be a good strategy because it does work some days. So we're still rejecting off this. Go back down to 5 contract. And I'll use 5 as a double down on to 10 if it goes up. Kind of equal lows here, but we've got a strong push down. We're being held down by this fair value gap. Let's see other time frames. The other thing I have been not doing on this strategy, which I think I started out doing, is really looking at this is a buy. You know, if I take it closer to here, that's a buy. Here's a situation that I might be getting caught in a squeeze if it doesn't come down. But we are inverting this fair value gap now. So I'm willy-nilly, I'm not even, I don't know. I'm not even into this right now, to be honest with you. I'm kind of just willy-nilly trading, and that's where I get messed up. I need to have a clear plan, at least. Which I've deviated from that plan quite a bit. I'm already at a 150. I would have lost my account at this point. Now we're making that big move up. So we're in 20 points, 20 contracts right now. If I did 20 more, this is where the double down. Oops. Where am I at? Profitable trades. Try to reset my account, but it's not. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'm even in the mood right now. I need some clear benchmarks. I don't even know if I'm in profit right now. I was trying to reset this, but it wouldn't reset. We're focused on taking good trades. Alright, on the 1 minute, this is an entry. We're going all the way up to 503. And then I need to be having a stop loss too, 7497. So that's going to be my stop loss. I need to maybe just get in the habit of making a stop loss. This is a good entry because we're at the bottom end of the range. We've created a fair value gap. Our stop loss is below the fair value gap. Take profit is near the target at 503, which is at near these all-time highs. So if it continues to go up, actually this is a long entry as well. Maybe I just let it run. Who knows how high it wants to go. I have a lot of good indicators that do give me some useful data. It's a matter of where to use them and when to pay attention to them, I guess. Okay, let's reassess this. Price did come down here. This would have been the entry. We were close enough to down here. Pre-market. Here's pre-market. That's the only problem. Was it? No, it's right when market opened. So this would have been the play right there. Those were all my indicators. We got rejected off of there. That was the bottom of a range. We're already 20 points in. And it could have gone a lot higher. It could go a lot higher. I'm gonna let this run. Okay, we're up 125 bucks. We got to break the structure. We're making fair value gaps to the upside. Clear uptrend. We have not made a break of structure to the downside. So maybe this as a long is a good trade here. Break the structure. Could it run up all the way? That's a good question. Should I get out when I see a break of structure to the downside? See, normally I would not let this run. But it does seem to be working, but also I might have gotten a few more points. How many points is this? It's only 2. No. I probably wouldn't have gotten more points. Pretty solid trade so far. Like that. So I would normally be in and out of this. I would be taking a point periodically on the way up until I see it reversing, and maybe trying to catch like little pullbacks and stuff as it travels through the range of the candle. But I'm trying to just stay into longer trades now, and I'm trying to, I don't know if the funded accounts are right for me, because it seems like those rules are so strict. Obviously they're designed for you to lose, and you got to be really disciplined in your trading, and you cannot have a bad day. But I don't know, I've gotten so close. I mean, I passed plenty of evals at this point in time, but I've not gotten a payout. So it's like you got to be on paper account. I could, with the leverage and everything, I could be pretty consistent. But it's doing it on a like an eval with $1,000 daily loss limit. You got to really scale down. Like today, I would have lost 250 bucks if I was doing a 4-to-1 setup like I did. But okay, now we're having a little bit of a pullback, and my rule is if I'm in a long trade based on fair value gaps, if I disrespect or if I make a bearish fair value gap, then I would be getting out of the trade. But not so. Still making fair value gaps. We could look at other time frames too. That we made a big winner on the 5-minute. We could come back and retest this on the next candle. But we are in the uptrend. Up to my 1 hour. Yeah, it's still up because we haven't closed yet. But this will be closing in 36 minutes as a bullish reversal candle, and that means probably more upside unless it wants to come down after that. Okay, so we're going to test this fair value gap, it looks like. However, we won't make a fair value gap to the downside unless it really has a lot of force, so I'll keep an eye on that. This strategy alone, basically the rule is on the 1 minute, if there's two fair value gaps, then it will take a trade. So in this instance, actually one fair value gap. We're in a trade long. If I'm to get a bearish fair value gap, it will get you out of the trade, like we could make one right here. Then it will get you out of the trade. And then if it makes two fair value gaps, then that switches direction. We'd be in a sell trade at that point. And then if it's only one in the opposite direction, it'll get you out of the trade. But if we go one more in the same direction, that'll get you back in the trade. So it looks like we will be making a fair value gap on this trade, on this here, if it doesn't close it out right away. Let's look at the 5 minute. So we made that one there. Might tweezer bottom back into it. We have plenty of volume there. We have this big wick down. We are making, it does not look like we're slowing down. See, that's the thing with my strategy. I don't know. I might have been in it. I don't even know if I'd be in this trade. I might be taking a long from here. But I'm basically, I don't know. 15 seconds. So it looks like it'll make another fair value gap to the downside. Okay, so this would have got us out of a trade, as you see here. Let's see if it holds up. Okay, we are pushing back up through these fair value gaps, wicked into it. Let's see if we can invert it. Yeah, my previous strategy, I think I would have been more successful today. But it's just managing those big losses that I have. Like, I'll have 90% win rate and then take a big loss. And not every day, but I might have 2 days where I've racked up $2,500, and then at the end of the second day or something, I'll hit $1,000 just the daily drawdown. Now, am I consistent enough to be adding to my account? Yes, but in the terms of a funded account with the daily loss limit, I don't think it's not enough to be, the consistency doesn't carry you through because of the rules. I could be down $1,000 a day and then make it right back with the strategy I've been using, but so now this entry model says we're in a short right now. We would be taking this down because of these two fair value gaps that closed here. I mean, 1027. You got any questions? Let me know in the chat. I don't know if you've been watching previously, but I'm trying a new strategy today. I'm trying to do like more of like a 4-to-1 risk reward type situation, and I would have lost twice today, or I lost once already today with that strategy, and it looks like I'm going to lose probably again today. So I don't know if that's I don't know. I feel like strategy I had been using the order flow structure. I was focusing on these just 1 minute. I mean, could be the higher time frames, but just focusing on these micro scalps, 1 to 2 points. See, this is where I should have 497. This is where I should actually enter along. So if it closes this out, I'll just enter it right back. But We haven't inverted that fair value gap yet. Got 52 seconds left on the 5 minute. See if it wants to invert. We are getting held up a little bit. You can see equal bottoms until it wants to break through or not. It's wicking back up. So my real entry should have been, it's like a marriage of all my strategies. I should have been in down here. I should have been in at the market open, the bottom end here, where all these lower entry points were. And I would have been out today for 20 points. So I think I do want to keep the order flow strategy, but then start from, well, I think part of my problem is I was scared to take buys because I had this sell indicator at that time, but this would have been a good entry because I would have already $28 points. And then my stop loss could have been, that would have been a 4-to-1 right there. That would have given me enough buffer to see, and I would have seen, so when market opens, I had this big reversal, pushed down, but went up, pushed down. This would have been my entry point actually. I would have seen the fair value gap in 1 minute. That should have been my entry, and it could keep going up today. I got my take profit way up here, so I'm just gonna let it ride, I guess. So we are in an uptrend. We're at all-time highs. We just made all-time highs here. We made a fair value gap going up again in this leg. We're starting to invert this one. We got equal tops here. So there's little resistance up at the top there. See, I think I would have had more profit so far with my micro scalp strategy than trying to do these long range trades. I'm tired today though. Oh, it's coming down again. Getting some support from this. This would be like an entry, the old strategy, but I think I would have not taken it because of this volume shift here. I would want to see a candle going up, almost inverting this fair value gap. Okay, new candle, bearish fair value gap. I'd want to look probably at the 5 minute to see, because that's too tight. I need a bit more of a runway, I think. So I'd want to see price come down here before. That's at my take profit here, or my stop loss. So I'd want to see it to come down here first, unless this shaped up to be a better setup. This is not bad, but we're in a down candle. Now, will price come up here? That's the thing. That's a trade I would take previously. I just try to get 2 points. Right in the middle of this range here. Is it likely to come back in the middle of that range? Probably. We got a fair value gap below. We're in an uptrend leg of this here. Okay. Seeing a little bit of an upward momentum. Okay. Well, I'm gonna let this ride, but I think I'll get some work done. Okay, we kind of made a higher low after making a lower high. We are trying to get above the EMA. Okay, we got our momentum shift push here. It's looking good. We got these equal tops here. Okay, made a fair value gap going up. Hopefully it'll hold on. It's closed it out immediately. Okay. So that changes. This would be actually not a bad play here. If the price came down to here again, I would buy in here and then try to get 1 point going up. 5 minutes still says we need to come down to get more of a discount. But we are making higher highs. So actually I should change my 489 just in case, because that would be an entry anyways. Are you into trading? Let me know if you're into trading. What are you doing? What are you doing watching this stream? You probably could learn a thing or two just as far as the vernacular goes, and then maybe I'm still working on my strategy. It's been like successful, but not in terms of the prop firms and the evals because of all the rules. So I don't know. I'm trying to tweak it to where I could either start with a very small count and size it up, or pass an eval. And I think that's going to have to do with really reducing the sizing. I mean, you can pass an account with, say, 10 micro contracts. You could pass it in 1 day even. I've done that. You could pass it in 2 days with maybe, depending on, you know, how many contract sizes you have. But the distribution drawdown is only $1,000 daily loss limit, and then that makes it very narrow margins of mistakes. Even if it draws down and goes back up, which that's the case many times when I would lose a trade because of the distribution drawdown, it would cancel you out of the trade, even though you didn't blow your account. You're done for the day. It'll lock you out. And so I think I need to just scale down really small sizing until the consistency can work you up to pass the account. So it's the choice of, do you plan on blowing a few accounts in a row to pass one in 1 day, or do you just stay on one in 1 day and then try to pass it over 3 weeks, with a really small sizing and consistency of you dipping down, etc. So that's the debate. And then even if you pass the eval, you gotta make at least $250 a day for 5 days to take a payout, and the max payout's $1,500. So you really should be making $300 a day for 5 days. And then, so what's the sizing for that? Is it 5? Is it 3 micro contracts? That's the thing, is trying to figure out what's gonna what's the key that's gonna pick the lock. All right, we're still going up. We're moving up now. So what would be by 15? So on the 15, we were at 7501. 01. So it came back on the 15, and this was basically the start of 01. If we took this, what would be my stop loss? Maybe under this, and then my take profit would be something like that. I think that's reasonable. And if it stopped you out, then it stopped you out. But that's 12 points, so I could be looking at 15-minute time frames, because the 5-minute has me. I could potentially wait for that. Is what I would have been waiting for. Is another fair value gap to be made. We don't know if this one's going to hold up or not. But it would have been maybe off of this one, the rejection off of this one, if I go down to 1 minute. So we have this as a rejection. That would have been my entry. We're rejected off a third time. So maybe I would have actually gotten into it a little bit more. So this candle was 2.5. This was 1. So it kind of lost steam, and then it 1.5 going up. Now we're just on a tear going up. Now, had I taken the initial entry that we should have taken off this fair value gap, we'd have been at 30 points. And then this would have been my bottom, right below 4.25. So, question is, what would validate that? What would validate getting in that trade right there? We got the fair value gap. We were at this key entry level based on the order flow. We kind of were getting blocked. We rejected. We had this big move up. This might have signaled to me. This might have light up yellow. I would have looked at the volume. This was 11,000. This was 2,000, 1,000. So we had the volume. We shot up there. We went up. Candle then started. It ended here. Started here. Made the fair value gap. It was a big one. Would have entered it in somewhere here as a retest of the fair value gap. This volume is 5.9, 11.4. So somewhere in here probably. Let me see in the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, we did make a fair value gap as well. And it went and back in and tested that. So I kind of might have validated it. So 337. Nah, that's not right. Oh, 25. 337. So we're at 13 points now at this point. And I guess you just let it run. I mean, I could potentially now make this a risk-free trade. Let it go all the way up, take my profit. Hello in the chat. Let me know if you can hear me. Say something. Give me some love. Give me some hearts. So I've got an ambitious take profit up there. But we are trending up. We've been making new all-time highs basically every day. So we're currently at an all-time high. Now, we could, if we wanted to consider getting out, we could consider, if we're doing breaker structures, we could expect a pullback at some point, but it might not pull back. It might shoot up like a rocket. We've been resting on this fair value gap. We've been creating fair value gaps. Let me see on my 5-minute. We're probably going to make another fair value gap here and potentially continue to go up. And so that might be the launching pad to keep going up there. So until we've made a breakout structure to the downside like this, and then retested it, that might be a reason to get out, potentially. However, I don't know why this, okay, it only works on the 1 minute, but okay, I need to turn this back on. So here, if I would have followed this, I would have been along here, would have stopped me out, would have got me in a short, would have stopped me out, and then I'm backing along way up here. So I ignored all that. As this model over time is profitable since the beginning of the market history, since 1799, I guess. So this is a pretty profitable strategy in and of itself, if you would just follow that logic here on the fair value gaps. So it is a signal, but I think it should be used with discretion, and you should have see if it goes in line with your overall goals and targets. So I've already lost 250 in a trade today. Ignore this because I was screwing around. I was just I bet like 215 contracts. But I tried doing a long from here. Where was it? From here, and it stopped me out, like I guess here. I tried long from there and it stopped me out. Okay, we've inverted a fair value gap. We wicked down in it. Do I stay in it or do I keep going? I don't know if we've gotten to the top yet. It's kind of making, it's, you know, why get out of it at this point? We're making new all-time highs every minute. So I'm going to see if it'll go up and take my profit up there. If not, maybe I'll get out of it. There's no, you know, key levels to take profit from because it's all-time high. So, but if you look at previous days, just overall, here we are, we get one of these. This could be in the middle of one of these. Or we just keep going up. It's a crazy, crazy move up though, isn't it? Like, what is going on? The last time we did like an opening range, or like a straight up after, there's no pullback. It kind of looks like it needs a pullback. We had this happen here. At some point it might want to pull back. But this continued quite a bit, so we could be doing one of these moves. Okay, we're starting to maybe pull back a little bit now. Let's see what's going on. Not really. We've kind of got a little resistance, not quite equal tops. And we're going up. We still got bullish pushes here. We're wicking into that fair value gap. We're in a risk-free trade because I put my stop loss here though. So we could potentially lock in some profit somewhere. You know, just trailing stop loss. 7507. The 8 points. 8 times 25. 8 times 25. That's $200. Let's just be about $50 in the hole for the day. But it's still pushing up. Look at that. Alright, I think that's it for my trading today. Consider liking and subscribing. I trade every morning at the same time, 5 days a week, usually. And I'm on my path to being a profitable day trader. So consider liking and subscribing. Give me some love if you don't mind.